When it comes to building a global K-pop act, two distinctly different strategies have emerged when it comes to marketing, branding, and even artistic development. Fake it till you make it, and work till you become it. While both paths can produce global superstars, they carry different implications for artistry, image, and longevity. Perhaps the best modern case studies are Blackpink and Twice, two of the most successful girl groups of their generation, each representing opposing ends of this strategic spectrum. Training and artistic development. For Fake It Till You Make It, it's confidence before competence. Blackpink debuted in 2016 with an image of sleek perfection, already styled package, and poised for international attention. But beneath the polish, the group had very little creative control. Even at the height of their fame, very rarely did they receive songwriting or production credits. YG Entertainment's strategy leaned into perfection over participation. The members were groomed to look like stars before they had a chance to grow as artists. That meant YG had to maintain a consistent look and sound that aligned with the agency's vision. As a result, much of Blackpink's music and image were heavily curated by YG, with the company creating most of the content on their behalf, leaving the members with limited creative agency even after reaching global stardom. Work it till you become it. Competence over confidence. In contrast, Twice's journey was marked by consistent, visible growth. Early on, members began contributing to their music, and their songwriting and conceptual involvement grew with time. Rather than debuting as finished products, they evolved publicly. The group was encouraged to explore and participate from the early stages. Twice started contributing to lyrics and album concepts shortly after debuting, and over the years, they gained increasing control of their musical direction. Today, several members are credited with writing much of the content of their albums. This slow, skill driven approach cultivated deep trust with fans and authentic growth in their artistry. Fake it till you make it, it's consistency over evolution. Another hallmark of the fake it till you make it model is the emphasis on consistency. Blackpink's sound, aesthetics, and brand identity have remained largely unchanged since debut. While this consistency reinforces a recognizable global image, it also limits creative risks. The fear of straying from a profitable formula leads to artistic stagnation, where new releases feel like polished repetitions of past hits rather than meaningful evolution. Work it till you become it leans on evolution over consistency. By contrast, the work it till you become it strategy embraces evolution and change, sometimes very dramatically. Twice's early music leaned heavily into bubblegum pop, but over time they experimented with synth pop, retro, and R&B influences. Their transformation wasn't abrupt, but gradual, reflecting both musical curiosity and personal maturity. This approach allowed the group to mature alongside their audience, making their identity feel lived in rather than manufactured. It also gave members room to explore different styles, sounds, and themes without being trapped by their debut image. Let's look into their career progression. First, music output versus media visibility. Blackpink's discography is surprisingly small for a group of their stature. Since debuting in 2016, they've released just two full albums, but their visibility never wavered thanks to Netflix documentaries, global fashion campaigns, and luxury endorsements. Their fame has been maintained outside of music. Twice, on the other hand, built their reputation through relentless musical output. As of 2024, they've released over 43 albums across Korean and Japanese markets, including group and solo projects, with total album sales exceeding 20 million units. They have also consistently been the best selling Korean girl group by pure sales in the US. Their work ethic and volume of releases allow them to maintain a strong fan base and musical relevance. Next, fashion influence versus musical evolution. Blackpink is unmatched when it comes to fashion and luxury brand partnerships. Each member represents a major global luxury brand. Jennie for Chanel and Calvin Klein, Jisoo for Dior and Cartier, Rosé for YSL and Tiffany & Co., and Lisa for Celine and Bulgari. Collectively, the group has amassed over 15 major global brand deals, appearing at fashion weeks, luxury events, and international campaigns far more frequently than in music festivals or award ceremonies. These endorsements help them dominate headlines and global marketing, even in the absence of regular musical output. But their dominance in the fashion world is not just symbolic, it is strategic. Their visibility in fashion circle has often eclipsed their music career, contributing to the narrative that they are more influencers or brand ambassadors than active musicians. Twice, conversely, has let their music lead their branding. Their stylistic evolution from saccharine tones of cheer up to the retro sophistication of talk that talk mirrors their personal growth and willingness to take creative risks. This musical progression has been accompanied by world tours and record breaking performances, including their 2023 to 2024 Ready to Be World Tour, which covered 14 countries and 51 concerts, drawing over 1.5 million fans and generating 170.4 million in revenue, selling out venues confirmed by the venues themselves. Their global expansion was built on music and performance, not just appearances. Media persona versus artistic identity. Blackpink's brand is hyper curated, and their media appearances often emphasize style over sound. Their global influence feels commercial and aspirational, but somewhat detached from their musical identity. Twice's brand, while also carefully managed, has leaned more into emotional accessibility and musical progression. Their consistent growth in creative involvement has made their evolution feel organic and artist driven. Do this branding, image, and packaging actually affect the idols? Let's look into some of these psychological and sociological impacts. For the fake it till you make it, the pressure of perfection can actually get to them. From a psychological standpoint, the fake it till you make it approach can lead to imposter syndrome, especially when success precedes personal or creative maturity. The pressure to maintain an image not fully owned by the artist can cause internal conflict, low creative confidence, and eventual burnout. But it can also lead to a false sense of capability. When idols are constantly told they are world class, even before they have developed the skills or experience to support that status, they may begin to internalize a superficial version of success. This can stunt their growth, as there is little motivation to improve when external praise outweighs critical feedback. In some cases, it can also misguide artists into overestimating their abilities, leading to disappointment, performance anxiety, or career stagnation when faced with real world challenges such as solo debuts or live performances without heavy production support. Work it till you become it works on the confidence of competence. This strategy supports a growth mindset. Artists develop genuine confidence through trial, failure, and refinement. It may be slower, but it builds resilience, intrinsic motivation, and deeper fan connection because audiences witness not just success but progress. However, this path is not without its psychological toll because the artist is constantly drawing from personal experience, emotion, and vulnerability. The emotional labor of authenticity can lead to burnout. Artists who are deeply involved in songwriting, storytelling, and conceptual creation often find themselves exposed, with their mental and emotional well being directly tied to public reception. Unlike those performing material crafted by others, these artists place pieces of themselves into their work, making criticism more personal and success more emotionally taxing. over time, the pressure to remain authentic can become a burden of its own. From a sociological standpoint, audiences often idolize glamour and power. The fake it till you make it strategy taps into aspirational psychology. Fans want to believe in the myth of overnight success and glamour. Meanwhile, work it till you become it appeals to emotional investment and authenticity. Fans don't just consume the product, they grow with you. They don't just buy the product, they buy the story. So, what are the advantages and the disadvantages? First, let's get into the advantages and disadvantages of fake it till you make it strategy. Advantages: instant brand appeal. Groups like Blackpink achieve immediate global visibility due to strategic styling, production, and marketing. Luxury partnerships, that becomes easy. Association with elite fashion houses amplifies their reach beyond music. And then, of course, the global media attention. Constant appearances in fashion events, endorsements, and celebrity circles ensure visibility even with minimal musical output. But there's also disadvantages. First, creative stagnation. With limited control over their sound, groups may plateau artistically, relying on formula. Dependency on external curation. The artist's identity is often shaped by stylists, producers, and marketers, leaving little room for self definition. And then, of course, the difficulty to transitioning to solo careers. Without personal creative development, solo efforts may lack authenticity or depth, leading to lukewarm reception. Now let's go into the advantages of work it till you become it. Long term credibility. Gradual artistic development results in genuine respect from fans and industry peers. There's also creative ownership. Artists develop the skills to write, produce, and direct their own music and image. And deeper fan loyalty. Fans invest emotionally in the artist's journey and evolution, not just their peak moments. And we've seen this happen to Twice. They've gained more and more fans through time and kept the old ones, as evidenced by the attendance in their last world tour. There are also disadvantages. One is the slower path to fame. Groups like Twice built their brand over years, not through instant global exposure. They first went Korea, conquered Japan before they actually went west. There's also the initial lack of polish. Early stages can be rough, and some fans may be turned off by less refined debuts. Also, this has happened to Twice many times. They've been criticized by their performances, their live singing skills, but they hone that through time. There's also higher early risk. Without immediate commercial appeal, the artist must rely on consistent efforts and fan trust to succeed. Both Blackpink and Twice are entering a new phase, individual careers. Interestingly enough, Blackpink decided to move away from YGC's creative control after years of being styled and directed, and they are experiencing real world problems. Jennie, who did a series of shows in smaller venues, theaters actually failed to sell out. Jisoo is selling out some of her venues, not selling out some of her venues. Their songs, the ones that they released, they are charting in the West, just not as well as people expected them to, except for the songs where they had a featured or they collaborated with foreign artists. And of course, they also are getting criticisms on their live performances, specifically Jenny and Lisa, because they performed in Coachella. And on the other hand, but these are growing pains, I would say, and unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, it's just that they did not experience this the first time when they were starting out with Blackpink, because they were not allowed to fail. On the other hand, Twice, they're also pursuing individual careers. They're just doing it with the same methodical pacing they did when they were starting out with Twice. It's just that this time they have the backing of an agency that they can trust, and of course the the track record of success. If you ask me, both strategies produced phenomenal success. Blackpink created an unparalleled luxury brand, and twice built a prolific musical legacy. One conquered through image and then the other through output. So I guess the real question now is whether or not they can actually translate their group success to individual identities. I think the next chapter of K-pop evolution isn't really who's going to make it first, but who can actually last longer, grow deeper, and remain creatively fulfilled after the spotlight actually shifts. I would love to hear your thoughts. Leave them in the comment section below. As always, you can say whatever it is that you want to say. Please do so respectfully. Also, please like the video, subscribe, and hit that notification button, and share the video if you can, because that's really helping my channel. If you have any requests for topics, if you have anything to share that you want to remain confidential, you can get in touch with me in any of the social media links that you see on your screen right now: X, IG, but more importantly, Patreon. It's a vibrant community, lots of changes happening, and we're definitely discussing a lot of things, not just K-pop, not just BTS, but also Asian movies, Asian music, and sometimes we just have fun. So I hope to see you there, and we have a free tier just in case you want to try things out first. Thank you. See you there. Bye.